Imagine driving along a lonely highway in northern Arizona when you suddenly see a huge semi-truck lying on its side, its cargo scattered across the road. Cars begin to stop, drivers gather around, and everyone wonders the same thing. Who could possibly move something this big? Then, just when the situation seems hopeless, the sound of a powerful diesel engine breaks the silence. A massive recovery truck rolls toward the accident, and behind the wheel is a man known to thousands of fans as Wrecker Rick. Calm, confident, and focused, Rick doesn't panic or rush into action. Instead, he carefully studies the scene, makes a plan, and works together with his team to solve what looks like an impossible problem. This is the kind of work that has made Murphy's Diesel one of the most respected heavy recovery companies on YouTube. But over the past few years, many viewers have started asking an important question. What really happened to Rick from Murphy's Diesel? Some people noticed changes in the videos, while others became curious about his personal life, his business, his family, and how the company grew into such a huge success. Rumors began spreading online, with some claiming Rick had stepped away from the business, while others wondered if the company was facing financial problems or major challenges behind the scenes. The truth, however, is much more interesting than the rumors. Rick Murphy's story is not about sudden fame or overnight success. It is a story built on years of hard work, determination, and a passion for solving problems that most people would never dare to face. Long before millions of YouTube views and powerful recovery trucks became part of his daily life, Rick was simply a man who loved engines, heavy machinery, and figuring out how things worked. While many children dreamed about becoming athletes or movie stars, Rick was fascinated by trucks, hydraulic systems, and diesel engines. He enjoyed watching machines operate and wanted to understand every part of them. That curiosity stayed with him as he grew older and slowly turned into a valuable skill. Over time, Rick learned how to repair vehicles, operate heavy equipment, and handle difficult recovery jobs that required patience, knowledge, and careful planning. Every challenge taught him something new, making him a better mechanic and an even better problem solver. But no one builds a successful company alone. Standing beside Rick through every challenge was his wife, Nikki Murphy. Together, they shared a dream of creating a business that people could trust when everything else had failed. In 2014, they officially started Murphy's Diesel in northern Arizona. At first, the company was small, with only a few trucks, limited equipment, and a determination to help anyone who needed them. They accepted jobs that larger companies often refused because the work was too dangerous, too difficult, or simply not worth effort. Whether it was recovering a truck from deep mud, rescuing an RV from a steep hillside, or helping stranded drivers during harsh winter storms, Rick and Nikki built their reputation one successful recovery at a time. They knew that every completed job was more than just another paycheck. It was another chance to prove that hard work, honesty, and skill could earn people's trust. They never imagined that these difficult recoveries would eventually turn them into internet stars with hundreds of thousands of loyal subscribers watching every move they made. Yet, that is exactly what happened. Their journey from a small local towing company to one of the most recognized names in heavy recovery is filled with remarkable moments, unexpected challenges, and inspiring achievements. To truly understand what happened to Rick from Murphy's Diesel, we first need to understand how an ordinary mechanic with an extraordinary passion transformed his family business into a brand admired by fans across the world. As Murphy's Diesel slowly became known across northern Arizona, Rick and Nikki realized that every difficult recovery was teaching them something new. No two jobs were ever the same. One day, they might be pulling a loaded semi-truck out of deep mud after heavy rain, while the next day, they could be lifting a large RV that had rolled down an embankment or rescuing construction equipment stranded miles away from the nearest paved road. These jobs demanded much more than powerful trucks. They required patience, experience, careful planning, and the ability to stay calm under pressure. Rick quickly earned a reputation for thinking differently from other recovery operators. Instead of rushing into a difficult situation, he would spend time studying every angle, checking the condition of the vehicle, examining the ground, and planning the safest recovery method. This careful approach not only protected expensive equipment, but also kept his team safe. Over time, customers began requesting Murphy's Diesel by name because they trusted Rick's ability to solve problems that others considered impossible. Word spread from one trucking company to another, And before long, the small family business was handling some of the toughest recovery jobs in the region. Still, success did not come without sacrifice. Long days often turned into long nights, and emergency calls could come at any hour. Family dinners were interrupted by phone calls, weekends disappeared because someone needed help on a remote highway, and holidays sometimes became workdays when bad weather caused major accidents. Rick and Nikki accepted these challenges because they understood that people calling for help were often facing one of the worst days of their lives. A stranded truck driver could lose thousands of dollars if cargo was delayed. Families traveling in RVs could be stuck for hours in dangerous weather. Every successful recovery meant helping someone get their life back on track. As the business continued to grow, Rick noticed another opportunity. People were fascinated by the incredible recovery jobs his team performed every day, yet very few ever had the chance to see what happened behind the scenes. Instead of keeping those experiences private, Rick and Nikki decided to share them with the world through YouTube. At first, their videos were simple. There were no expensive cameras, dramatic music, or flashy editing techniques. The focus remained on real recoveries, real teamwork, and real people solving real problems. That honesty quickly became the channel's greatest strength. Viewers were tired of fake drama and scripted entertainment. They wanted to watch skilled professionals tackle genuine challenges, and Murphy's Diesel delivered exactly that. Every video showed the planning, mistakes, adjustments, and teamwork required to complete a successful recovery. Rather than pretending every job was easy, Rick often explained why certain decisions were made and how unexpected obstacles forced the team to change their strategy. This educational approach made the videos enjoyable even for people who knew very little about heavy trucks or diesel engines. Fans began following not only because they loved powerful machinery, but because they admired the way Rick approached every challenge with patience and confidence. His calm personality stood out in an online world where loud reactions often attract attention. Rick rarely shouted or exaggerated situations for entertainment. Instead, he let the work speak for itself. That quiet professionalism became one of the defining characteristics of Murphy's Diesel. As more videos were uploaded, subscriber numbers continued to climb, and the channel slowly transformed into one of the most respected names in the heavy recovery community. What started as a simple idea to document daily work soon became a powerful platform that introduced millions of viewers to a profession many had never considered before. It also answered an important question that many fans had asked for years. Why do people respect Rick Murphy so much? The answer was becoming clear. His success was never built on flashy promises or internet fame. It was built on skill, honesty, consistency, and years of solving problems that most people would never even attempt. As Murphy's Diesel became more popular on YouTube, viewers started noticing that the company was much more than a towing service. Every recovery felt like a real-life adventure where careful planning, teamwork, and experience mattered more than speed. One of the biggest reasons for the channel's success was the incredible collection of specialized recovery vehicles that Rick and his team had built over the years. These were not ordinary tow trucks. Each machine had a specific purpose and was designed to handle situations that most recovery companies would avoid. Among all the vehicles, one stood above the rest in both size and popularity. Hellboy. This giant off-road recovery truck quickly became a fan favorite because it looked unlike anything most people had ever seen. Built to travel across rough terrain where normal wreckers could never go, Hellboy represented Rick's creative thinking and engineering skills. Instead of buying expensive equipment exactly as it came from the factory, Rick believed in improving and modifying his trucks to perform even better. Watching Hellboy climb rocky hills, pull massive trucks through deep mud, and recover heavy vehicles from places that seemed impossible became one of the biggest attractions on the channel. Another machine that impressed both fans and professionals was War Machine, a powerful rotator capable of lifting enormous loads with incredible precision. Whenever viewers saw a War Machine arriving at an accident scene, they knew they were about to watch one of the toughest recoveries on the channel. Alongside these famous trucks were several other important vehicles, including Martin rigs, Dyro, Big Booty Judy, and various support trucks and Jeeps that played important roles during different recovery operations. Rick often explained that no single truck could handle every job. Success came from using the right equipment in the right situation while making smart decisions throughout the recovery process. This practical approach showed viewers that heavy recovery was not simply about horsepower. It was about understanding physics, weight distribution, leverage, ground conditions, and safety. Many fans admitted they had never realized how much planning went into recovering a stranded vehicle before watching Murphy's Diesel. Instead of simply attaching a cable and pulling, Rick and his crew carefully inspected every situation, calculated the safest recovery points, positioned multiple vehicles when necessary, and worked together to avoid causing additional damage. These behind-the-scenes details turned every recovery into an educational experience, rather than just another exciting video. Viewers learned why certain straps were chosen, why angles mattered, why some recoveries took hours instead of minutes, and why patience often prevented dangerous accidents. At the same time, the videos remained entertaining, because unexpected problems regularly appeared during difficult jobs. A truck might sink deeper into soft ground, recovery cables might need repositioning, weather conditions could suddenly change, or hidden obstacles could force the team to create an entirely new plan. Instead of hiding these setbacks, Rick openly shared them with his audience. This honesty made the channel feel authentic, because viewers saw both the successes and the challenges. They watched skilled professionals think through problems, instead of pretending everything always went perfectly. Over time, fans developed a strong connection not only with the trucks, but also with the people operating them. They celebrated successful recoveries, admired the team's determination, and appreciated the respectful way Rick treated both customers and employees. This growing trust helped Murphy's Diesel build one of the most loyal communities in the heavy recovery world. Many subscribers returned every week not simply to watch another truck get pulled out of the mud, but to see how Rick and his team would solve the next impossible challenge. That combination of powerful machines, real teamwork, practical education, and honest storytelling transformed Murphy's Diesel from a local towing company into a YouTube brand recognized by viewers across the world, proving that genuine skill and hard work could attract an audience without relying on fake drama or exaggerated entertainment. While the powerful recovery trucks attracted millions of views, the true heart of Murphy's Diesel was always the people behind the machines. Unlike many businesses that focus only on equipment and profits, Rick and Nikki built their company around family, trust, and teamwork. These values became clear in almost every video they shared. Viewers quickly noticed that Murphy's Diesel was not simply a workplace where employees came and went. It was a close-knit family business where everyone supported each other, celebrated successes together, and faced difficult challenges as one team. Nikki Murphy played an especially important role in keeping everything running smoothly. Although many viewers first noticed Rick because he was usually leading the recoveries, Nikki worked tirelessly behind the scenes managing daily operations, organizing schedules, handling business responsibilities, coordinating logistics, and helping oversee the growing YouTube channel. As the company expanded, her role became even more important because balancing a busy recovery business with a successful online brand required careful planning and constant communication. Together, Rick and Nikki proved that a successful business depends on much more than technical skill. It also requires strong leadership, good organization, and complete trust between the people running it. Their family life became another reason why viewers felt connected to the channel. Rather than hiding their personal lives, Rick and Nikki occasionally allowed fans to see moments with their children,